Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Gayle.
Hey, how are you
Hi,
going?
Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, Nita.
Hi, Nita.
Hi, Colleen. We forget you're there, but you're there.
Yeah. So Annie, you were at Jindalee Market today.
Yes, I was at the psychic fair.
Yep.
It was lovely. I've got another one next week. Next one's at Ipswich. So they're good fun. They're lovely. The girls that go are all just lovely.
Yeah.
And Miss AJ popped in to say hello to me and fed me, which is really cool because when you're trapped at your table and you're reading, you just can't get to anything. So she popped in and grabbed me a plate of food. So actually it's something to eat today, which is good.
That's always nice.
But it was lovely. I love the psychic fairs. And yesterday they're doing high teas at Raise Your Vibe Now, which is down at Jindalee. And we had high tea with tea leaf readings. So we did lots of tea leaf readings yesterday. So tomorrow I'm going to stay in bed till at least 6 o'clock in the morning. And then my puppies are getting me up at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm not going to get up. I'm just going to stay in bed till 6 o'clock in the morning before I get up and have a wee rest. It's my day off tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm not going to do very much.
Oh,
I love
nice.
Mondays.
Oh, back to work for me tomorrow. Boo-hoo.
Oh, most people don't like Mondays, but I love them.
So, Gayle, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you
to Live World. So we had you in what we call backstage. So you see just about how much we organise beforehand, which is just this is sort of the rundown. But really nice to have you on with us today.
Thank you so much. It's fun. I've seen enough of these, so I sort of know how it works anyway.
Hi, Wendy. Nice to have you here. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to do the meditation for us today. And then after we've done sort of a bit of a meditation, Annie's just sort of going to give you an overview for Gayle, and we'll do a nice introduction through to you, Gayle, because we're really interested in hearing all about your spiritual journey. So
thank you.
That's going to be good. It's going to be so good. Hi, Izza. Good timing. We're just about to everyone to connect their energy and do a nice little breathing technique meditation together. So if you sit so that you're comfortable and that you feel your feet on the floor. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Don't try to force it in any way. Just let it come and go naturally. Feel your feet grounded on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. As you breathe in, take your awareness to the breath moving through to the bottom of your lungs. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to release any tensions within the body. Breathe in, cleansing and relaxing. Breathe out, release all tensions. Now in your mind's eye, picture yourself, if you will, sitting by the ocean. The waves are slowly rolling in and crashing on the sand, and then slowly moving back towards the ocean again. As you breathe, you start to breathe in time with the waves. As the wave comes forward, you're taking a deep breath in. And as the white tops of the wave crash on the sand and start to move out, you're releasing all tensions within you with the wave moving out. As the wave comes in, the energy is cleansing and refreshing you. And as the wave goes out, it's releasing all tensions, all strains, all anxieties. Continue this for a few more breaths. Take your awareness to the sky now, and in the sky you can see that the sun is slowly starting to set over the ocean. Focus on the yellow and golden glow. Allow yourself to connect with this glow, and as you do that, the sun's rays reach out towards you, completely covering you in this golden light. Allow yourself to breathe deeply as you sit in this golden light, connecting with the energy from the sun and the power of the ocean. You are completely relaxed and at peace. Bring your awareness now back to your body. Feel your feet on the floor and become aware of the space you're in. As you do this, you are bringing that energy with you. You have absorbed the energy, and this energy will stay with you. Take a deep breath. And another. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
I didn't want to come back.
It's a nice space, isn't it?
It was lovely.
You've gone purple again.
I know. I'll try and jump out and come back in, but I might just have to be purple tonight.
Just stay
don't know
purple.
what's
It suits you.
Don't know
It looks
what's
lovely.
going on.
You match everything else. You just kind of blend in, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
It's a very spiritual purple.
It is. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Look, the room itself is actually very much filled with energy. I've done a lot of spirit communications over the weekend, and I've been in this space for many hours over the weekend doing those communications. So I think the energy is too strong in here, and I'm impacting the electricals on my computer now.
Yeah, your crown chakra is vibing.
That's it.
It's all very beautiful, though. It's fine. Well, it's my job to introduce you to Miss Gayle. I met Gayle through our gatherings, and she's been coming for a few months. And Anita, she's on here, is friends with Gayle. They've been friends forever and ever. And Anita came because of Kerrie. And that's how these gatherings work. It's all about connections. And like that's how I don't ever advertise. People just kind of turn up and lob in. And So it's been really lovely for us to have her as part of our group every month. And she's such an interesting little person who does so many interesting little things that we thought it would be nice to kind of let her have some space and share part of her journey, because her and Nate have also linked up. Didn't know each other before this. It's like that with everybody, you know, like it's like a domino effect. And for me, it feels like you meet the people you need when you need them, you know. So the fact that Gayle and Nate just met basically on here,
Yeah.
and then have connected and are now doing things together. And that's happening all over the place, you know, like people are meeting and connecting and moving forward. So my thing is about everybody does things and comes from different angles, and everybody has a different journey. And it's really lovely to hear how people come to the space and what their take on it is. So I'm going to shut up now and stop talking. And thank you very much for being with us, Gayle. And I'll hand it over now, and you can just tell us all about your little journey.
Okay.
And if I just disappear and come back, sorry, ladies, if I disappear and come back, I'm just trying to fix this camera again. If I can, we'll see how long it lasts for. Too much energy. Sorry, Gayle, off you go.
No, you're right, Kerrie. Okay. Yeah, well, I've had a really, really interesting 12 months. And it's like there's been so much flow and so much just connecting and happening in the last 12 months. It's just been really beautiful, really. So before the last year, I would have really thought about myself as like a sensible person, a grounded person, but someone who like caring person, but just someone who followed their intuition, but was just a sensible person. Really, and I would have said I had nothing going on, you know, like spiritually or anything really like that. But when you think about it, when you look back now and you learn, and you realize there has been, you know, a lot going on over the years. And probably one of the earliest things I can think of is vivid dreams. I used to always dream of one of my grandmothers, and it was like a recurring dream that was the same. And then I had my mother's mother, my grandmother, come to me in a dream, and I could see her like across the table, and she wasn't looking at me. She was just there. And I started speaking to her, and she like looked up like surprised, and it was just really nice. And I also had my father come to me in a dream, and it was just the vividness of it, you know, and just the nice feelings you got from it. And it was really good. Then what I did experience a couple times was I'd get jolted awake by a man's voice in my ear. And I had that happen about 3 times. And sometimes I'd like it'd wake you up with a fright, and I'd actually get up and like run around the house and like see if there was anyone in the house, but it was only me there. So later now, you know, when I look into things, I've heard that spirit will often test the connection and like test their volume to see, you know, get something happening. So that was like from when I was younger. And so I went on in life, and I got very involved in natural healing, chemical-free lifestyle, that sort of thing. And I've read a lot of stuff. I got into medical medium. That really resonated with me. And I've read Dr. Brian Weiss. He does the regression at a hospital just to help people psychologically. And always went to the Mind, Body, Spirit festivals because I like them. And so I've been doing medical medium for about 6 years. And then out of the blue, last year, it was actually this time last year, I was looking at Facebook, and something came up in the feed that there was a Peter Williams show just down the road from me. It was only like a minute's drive. I was on holidays. I thought, oh, this might be fun. So I did a little bit of a Google on him, and it looked like a fun show. And so I went to some of my girlfriends to see if they wanted to come to the show, but it was during the week and it didn't really work out. So my husband said to me, look, book the tickets. He said, you know, he sort of sacrificed himself. He said, I'll come with you. And anyway, so it was only like a week before the show, and there was only one seat left in the spot I wanted to go to. And he said, no, take the ticket, you go, it's a show, you know, you'll enjoy it. So I did. And the show changed my life because I had 3 family members come through. And the connections with them, it's like straight away, Peter said, your grandmother, he said, I've got a lady, her name's Dorothy. She's like genealogy. He said, I've got a man with her. His name's George. And he got a ladder, which probably doesn't mean anything to a lot of people. And then he said, I've got a younger man in front of them. And the sign for him was electricity, and my father used to work for an electricity company. So the information was just incredible, and it was just a life-changing night. And even at one stage, the funniest part through the show was Peter kept saying to me, what's the story with France? And I said, no, there's nothing. I've got nothing with France. And he said, you do? And I said, no, I don't. He said, yes, you do. And then he said, Eiffel Tower, and then that jogged a memory. And he said, it's a completed puzzle. And it was. There was a story that had been going on for a couple of years, and it had only just been finished. And so I was able to tell the story, and it was just an incredible night. And then I immediately purchased his Afterlife series, which sort of told you about the in-between time and the story of afterlife and everything like that. And then I shared it with friends, and I shared it with my brothers. And of course, Anita, a friend, really good friend from since primary school, she told me about your ladies gathering and getting together. And, you know, so that I joined the group then and came along and enjoyed the time there. Not long after, I got involved. I heard Peter was like, he does like a personal training through his group. He has like a private group. So I got involved in that. And he keeps us busy. There was like a Kickstart course, which sort of tells you a lot of information. And even when that finished, he keeps us busy with challenges and information and guidance and support. And it's really, really good. It's a great group. And then I met Nate through really this online forum. And I did a Palawa because he introduced his Palawa. And Nate joined Peter Williams' group. So we sort of like bounced off each other a bit. So I did my first Palawa with Nate. And that was really great. I really enjoyed it. And after the Palawa, I just felt a lot of calmness in my life. And the calmness just continued on and on. It's been really, really good. And the funny thing is, not long after the Palawa, it was like a high energy time. And in Peter's group, we were doing a meditation. And in the middle of the meditation, I regressed. I didn't know at the time. All I knew was we went through the mist. I looked at myself and I was somebody else. I had little Scottish shoes on, so I knew there was like a Scottish connection. And when we went back up through the mist, I was myself again. So that was really interesting. And then only about a week or so later, in the ladies group, you know, we have a little group meditation. I got a message from my grandfather. I saw him during a meditation in my mind. I had an image of a ladder, which was his sign, pushed into my head. I could see it really clearly. And I had his voice tell me something. And then that explained everything, what happened with Peter's group, and it gave me a lot of answers. So that was pretty amazing. And where do we go from there? Oh, and recently I saw my husband's grandmother in 3D. My husband was in the room with me, and she was there, and I had a good look at her because I thought, oh, is this my grandmother? And I had a little good look, and I thought, oh, I know you from somewhere, because I'd seen her in photographs. And I was able to describe the coat she was wearing to my husband, because my husband was in the room with me at the time, and I was able to describe the coat, and he thought she did have that coat too. So that was really interesting and something new in the last year. And from there, I've gone on and booked in to do a practitioner's course for Soul to Source with a lady in Ireland. And that accesses the Akashic records, which tells us our life's purpose and past lives and different things like that. So it gives people a lot of answers. And Nate's doing that too. And I've done a second pillow with Nate now, which was awesome. So that was even better than the first. I went on a little journey, and I sort of questioned the journey through it, and then went on the journey again in the same space, and came down and went up again. So it was meant to be. So that was really, really interesting. And so that's pretty much where we are at today. While I was doing the Palo 2 with Nate, I felt energy descend into my forehead and into my upper body. And I thought, okay, this is happening. I accept this. This is really interesting. So it was like a definite thing, but that was something different that happened this time too. So anyway, so I've been doing medical medium for about 6 years. I got onto it. I had a lot of, I'd been into a healthy lifestyle for a long time. I'd gone chemical free. I'd done all the fads. You know, I'd brewed my own kombucha tea over the years, and done a lot of the different things that like we all do. I tried a bit of paleo at one stage. Oh, hey, Judy, that's my cousin. And well, we all know that I've got another cousin too, Janet. But anyway, so I've been interested in healthy lifestyle, but like, is it a good thing to do? Is it a bad thing to do? How do you really know? So I had a lot of body aches and pains, and as you get older, you know, things go a bit wrong. So I accidentally, through Facebook again, found Medical Medium. And, oh, hey, Ray. And first of all, I found it a little bit on the internet, and I thought, what's this all about? Let's have a little look at it. And the local library had the book. So I ordered the book, waited my turn because there was a few in front reading the book, and it was absolutely fabulous. Made a lot of sense and answered a lot of questions. So who is Medical Medium? He's a guy, he's 60 now, but he's been doing this since he was 4 years old. It's a lifestyle that's put together by the Spirit of Compassion. The Spirit of Compassion talks directly into Anthony's ear. So the information isn't channeled. It's constant, and it can't be blocked out. Anthony can block it a little bit if he covers his ear. And of course, he went through a stage like probably a lot of young people would, played the drums, blocked it out with noise. But anyway, it's a constant thing. He can be in the wilderness and get a bit of peace and quiet, but then an airplane might go overhead and he'll get a download of all the passengers on the airplane and what's going wrong in their body. So he had a practice over in the US where he used to see people. He used to consult for people. He used to get royal families flying in private jets to come and see him. And it got to the point where he had millions of people booked to see him and they used to have to draw a lottery to choose who to see. And anyway, it got to the point where he was advised to close up, stop doing that, and start writing books. So that's what he's been doing. And as well as writing books, he's available. He's available all the time. He was live today. He's on so many platforms. He does goofy stuff on TikTok to get the message across. He's on Facebook, Instagram, so many different platforms. He just did put together a live 4-day challenge through Hay House, and it's still available now. And day 4, I've got a little bit of an excerpt to read out from day 4 from that I wrote down, and it's been really, really good. So I had little notes for if I got lost. So he's written about 9 books now, and they're pretty amazing. The basics of the lifestyle is the easiest thing to do is the morning cleanse. You have lemon water in the morning, it flushes your liver out. You have celery juice to restore your sodium cluster mineral salts in your body. And you have a heavy metal detox smoothie to remove metals from your liver and your brain. The heavy metal detox is mainly wild blueberries, coriander, dulse, barley grass, juice powder, and spirulina. And if you don't want to take it in a smoothie, I take it with orange juice because the orange juice really makes the flavour nice. You can deconstruct it and have it how you want, as long as you get those ingredients, or at least 3 of those ingredients through the day. So there's a lot of goofy info. His last book, he's writing books at the moment and doing lives. His last book is going to be a spiritual book, all about spiritual things and different things going on. And a lot of us are waiting for that because that's going to be really interesting. But every so often he drops us a few spiritual gems, which is what a lot of us look out for as well. But the basic stuff is mainly about food, natural food, fruits, lots of fruits and vegetables. Gets the message across that you need to reduce or eliminate fat to help your liver detox, or at least don't have fat until after 4 p.m. Give your liver a chance during the day. It's had its morning cleanse. I take fruit to work. You can do salads. You can have potatoes, steam up some potatoes. And it's not a diet where you don't eat. You need to eat up, eat as much as you want. There's no restrictions. Just keep within the plan, or at least keep what's out of the plan later in the day. That you can, lemons and limes are great for you. You can have raw honey and maple syrup, herbs, no restrictions, lots of herbal teas, but no added fat, and protein really isn't a problem. It's all about to help women too, because women's immune system drops twice a month, 80% during menstruation and 50% during ovulation. So women are under more stress than men are. Men probably may not have to do this diet so much. They could do it, not so much. It just all depends where you are in your life, in your journey. So lemons and limes are great for us. They strengthen our skull, bones, and teeth. Vinegar isn't good. It dissolves our bone structure, and every time you urinate, you're losing calcium probably, and bones and teeth. But teeth and bones, because they're so strong, it's really a 10-year plan. So you're really going to need, if you look at your teeth, if you start having lemons and you think, oh, this is no good for my teeth, you're really getting an idea of what's happened 10 years ago in your life. You've really got to stick with it because it is really good. And thyme tea and thyme water is very antiviral. And you get the explanation that most herbs stay in your system for about half a day, but thyme will stay in your system for 2 days. So if you want to keep away from viruses, thyme tea as you go. You get just different information. You get definite information. It's not like maybe this is good, maybe it isn't. You know, you get definite information. This is good, this is not too good. And just different things. Copper's not good. It damages your kidneys and causes eczema to come out and skin issues. Metals can cause brain fog, confusion, depression, anxiety, and Alzheimer's. Type 1 diabetes is from pancreatic damage, so that's not so good for you. But type 2 diabetes can be quickly reversed. Online, there's so much information online. There's old radio shows he's done. There's an actual 2-hour webinar all on cancer and Epstein-Barr virus. Your liver heals during sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. And shift workers, if you're working at that time, you can get the same benefit to your liver between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Just different information. Too many vitamin injections can make us allergic because the body sees the injection as an invasion and gradually sets up a resistance. So if you need to have vitamin infusions, do it by IV. And they don't recommend colonics because it bypasses your stomach. So whatever you're getting through your colonics, it's not getting diffused. Our immune system is in our blood. Am I rabbiting on too much? Best vitamins for health is vitamin B12, zinc, vitamin C, and lemon balm. So that's your top vitamins. And he's got a website where you can check his recommended brands for all the vitamins that he recommends. That's really good for you. And on his website too, if you're into learning, he's got a module training called The Healing Path, and it's free. So he's got some great information in The Healing Path. And one of the things I loved in The Healing Path, he talks about creativity. And he said that creativity is really important. It's good for your spiritual growth. He said, because when you're being creative, the universe is watching you. God's watching you. Angels are watching you, and fairies are watching you. So that really excited me because I thought, oh, fairies are a thing. So I thought that was sweet. So we can talk about angels. Angels, a lot of people go to the archangels, but the archangels are busy. They've got important stuff to do. So you can ask archangels, but angels have free will. So there's also life-changing angels who are all female. But when you ask for angel help, you need to ask out loud and be patient. Ask out loud because they don't like to invade your thought. You know, that's your private, place. You can talk to your guides through your mind, but angels really need to be spoken aloud to. But what I like to access is there's 144,000 unknown, unnamed angels. So they're there to help you. And feel free to ask them, the unknown angels, because there's so many, they'll often come in a group. So that's really nice. So all animals have souls, and bees have a collective soul. And raw honey from them is considered vegan and a gift from God. And so nature and birdsong is healing, and the hummingbird's song is the most healing. Now, probably from the weekend, what Anthony did was some of this I already knew, but he shared it. And the day 4 about the soul was really, really interesting. And information that our soul sits inside our brain, and we can reconnect to a portion of our soul. He's done meditations. There's a lot of free meditations online through the podcast app and Spotify. But if you go outside at night and look at the stars and attempt to look beyond the stars, that's really healing, because a part of our soul lives beyond the stars, and it's kept there safe for us to help us and to help us heal and reconnect. So if we go through trauma, our soul gets ejected from our brain, so it doesn't get wounded, but it stays close, never leaves. And when the hardship lowers, the soul will re-enter the brain. And it doesn't matter if you don't believe you have a soul, because your soul is more powerful than your physical body and your present conscience. Your soul is your light and older than your physical body and has memories that you don't have conscious access to. It can lead you and brighten your way on the darkest day. And our soul has a sound that we can't hear. And when our soul leaves and transcends upwards, it makes a sound of energy, a fireball of light that pierces time itself, and time then is irrelevant. So a quote from Anthony too that I like, or Spirit of Compassion, is that all storms pass and nothing stays the same. And Anthony, one time there was a live, and it's great if you can catch Anthony. Sometimes you can in the morning in Australia, and he sometimes sees you and gives you a shout out. And somebody one time asked him what the meaning of life was, and he thought about it for a little bit. Oh yeah, I got a cuckoo clock. And
We're naughty, Nate.
He's so naughty.
He's so naughty.
Yeah, but anyway, someone asked him what the meaning of life was, and he said he thought about it for a little bit, and he said he is going to go into it more a little bit in the future, which he hasn't yet. And he said the meaning of life is that no matter how small, everything we do matters. It matters for after, and it matters for now. So whether it's saying nice to someone, or picking up an earthworm and putting it back into the garden, it all matters. And the only other thing that's coming up in the future, which is really exciting because it's something that doesn't happen that much, is there's going to be a free light blast event happening soon. He's done it in the past at stadiums where he channels down the light from spirit and puts it all over everyone's head, and it ignites healing. And did I say, I'm not sure if I actually mentioned, which is really good to mention, the Spirit of Compassion isn't God. Okay, Anthony believes in God, but Spirit of Compassion is not God, but he sits at God's right hand at his fingertips. So anyway, the light blast that's coming, it's going to be a virtual one, and it's going to be open for thousands and thousands of people. So it's there to ignite healing and just be really good. It's just going to be a really fabulous event.
Do you know when that is, Gayle?
No. He started talking about it a couple months ago, and he said if you're not on his from his web page, you need to get into his email list, his newsletter, and I think he's waiting for like the right energy time, but it's coming, and he's coming to do it, and it's going to happen. But no, he hasn't actually done it yet. What he has done in the past too is he's I'll tell you about this. What you can do yourself is you get a glass of water, and you can put a little bit of lysine in it, the herb lysine, or a little bit of dulse, which is like seaweed. Probably you could do it without that, because just with the water anyway. But what you do is you put your hand in the air and you make a fist, and you imagine your fist filling up with light, and then you have your glass of water in front of you, and you bring your fist open and you push it to the water and you say the word light. And you do that again. You do that 7 times. So you put your fist in the air, you imagine your fist filling up with light, and then you throw the light in the water and you say the word light, and you do it 7 times. And that's also
Can you do that again? Gayle, do it again.
Yeah. You put your hand in the air, you let it fill up with light, you imagine it filling up with light, and then you bring it down to your glass of water and you throw the light into the glass of water and you say the word light.
See, every time you do that, the screen lights up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just about to say the same thing, Annie, because I'm thinking you were actually pulling in that chi or the universal energy at that point.
I saw it bright enough as well.
It lights up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You light up
I
your screen. That's
We have-
magic.
we
Yeah.
have private groups, like little medical medium groups, some too, like with Facebook. And one of the ladies there said she was on the phone one time and she had a customer, and the customer was like really cursing her out, and she was in a bad mood, and like really horrible. And she put the phone away from her, and she actually said the word light 7 times, and then the woman was really good.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's mine. Off you pop with love and light.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's off you pop with light and light. And
Yeah.
they'll pop off faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you do that. You've got to
that's
do it.
right,
7
exactly,
times.
mate. Light worker. See?
You've
Yes.
You've
exactly.
got to do it 7 times, Annie. Pop up with love and light 7 times.
I shall.
Yeah.
Now, where do you see like a lot of the stuff that you focus on is on that health stuff?
Yeah.
So where do you see your journey taking you? Like, what's your, for you, it's just like a lifestyle.
It's a
But
lifestyle.
Is there
When-
something specific that
Yes.
you're leading to
Yes,
or
it is.
wishing to get to?
Yes. Well, when I started this, I had a lot of body pain. I had my Achilles tendon was playing up. My hands were starting to, in the cold, they were actually getting that Raynaud's thing, where your fingers go white and they get purple and then they hurt. So I had a lot of things going on, and I started getting into the menopause problems with the hot flushes and insomnia and all that. And that's what got me into doing medical medium. So I'm 6 years in. I'm pretty much pain free. I don't get the hand problem anymore. So I reckon I'm about 80% cooked, healed. So it's a lifestyle thing. It's something you do to keep yourself healthy. Within reason, if you go wrong, you just forgive yourself and you start again the next day. But it's just knowing what's good and what's not, having the tools to fix yourself up, and having the knowledge, and having knowledge that somebody knows what it's all about. And there's so many people in the group that have healed so much stuff.
Yeah.
Really serious.
I saw a thing this week, and it was about lemons.
Mm,
And what it said is that you can freeze them. And
Yeah.
when you freeze them, if you take them out the freezer and then just grate them, rind, peel, the whole kit and caboodle, stones, everything, grate them onto your food, grate them on. Now they can't reverse cancer, but they can help prevent cancer. And they can also stop the process from, how cancer grows. They can retard its growth and all this kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to be fine because I put lemons in my gin.
Yeah, I
So,
love it.
I'm going to live till I'm 100 with all the lemons I've had in my gin. But and the flavor of lemon is so lovely.
Yeah. I do. Before I even got onto this, but I added the maple syrup then, I had a real thing going on where I used to put the juice of a whole lime over my dinner. And I even got bad one time. We went out for dinner with my brothers, and we went to a club, and I snuck in a lime in my purse. And I got out there, and I was there with a butter knife, trying to cut this lime and like squeeze it all over my food. But medical medium, he often uses for salad dressing. You can choose between lime and maple syrup and lemon and honey. But to me, I love the lime and maple syrup because it's like sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And if anyone's interested in some of these recipes, if you go back to the little intro, there was actually one of the free recipes that Medical Medium had put up on his Facebook site, which was a liver detox with the berries and the fruit. So if you go back and pause that page, I've got the entire instructions and recipe there for you.
Anthony gets on Facebook and Instagram, and he cooks. He actually cooks. And at one stage, he does this thing called healing broth, and it's just like a veggie soup. But to start with, when I used to make it, I used to prop up my iPad in the kitchen, and I used to make it with him because he'd be live putting it together and cooking.
Does your husband do this with you?
Oh, no. No. But as a default, because I've gone fat free, when I cook now, there's no fat. So whatever, if I like fry something, it's really like broiled in water, in a ceramic like fry pan. So no, he doesn't do medical medium. I keep telling him sometimes, but he'll take some of the supplements. And as a default, he eats healthier because I'm in charge of the kitchen and I cook and I purchase most of the food. So he's got a little bit of default going on,
Yeah.
but he's not doing too bad.
Look, it's incredible, really, because I mean we've turned into very much almost a fast food society,
Yes.
really.
Yeah.
But if you think about all the different foods and the healthy thing, I think we've lost a lot of our knowledge on that,
Yeah.
which is what
Yeah.
keeps the physical body healthy and clear as well.
Yeah.
And also calcification of the pineal gland and other glands within the body, which also is said to connect our physical body and our spiritual body or our soul. So a lot of the work around this can clear some of those blockages that make it that bit harder to connect in as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually think that God, universal energy, for any problem that we have, they created the solution. We've just got to work out what it is, and it's natural, right?
Yeah.
It's a natural solution. We just
Yeah.
need to know what that is, and I think we've lost so much of that. If you think about the going back a long time ago with looking at all the herbalists and what they used to do back then. Yeah, so it's really interesting, and that's going to be his. You can actually go on to those lives from that. I might post that link into our chats afterwards, Gayle, if that's all right. The one
Absolutely.
that you sent me.
Yeah.
I'll go into each of the chat rooms and put that in there because you can still access that for the next day or so if you want to have a look, and also check out his website as well.
Now, because Gayle is actually in our chat group, in the Harmony and Tranquility one, I'm going to have to wind you up a bit, Gayle, because it's nearly 8:30.
Yeah.
But if you've got any questions, I'm sure Gayle will be able to answer them in our little chat group.
Yeah.
And like Kerrie will put the links up. And, it would be interesting if you kind of popped in and had a look and maybe did some of the things that Gayle has suggested. And then maybe just report back in this is your homework. I'm turning into Kerrie and giving you all homework now. But just what did you think of it? And I give, when I do readings for people, I give them homework.
Yeah.
And I tell them they're not allowed to come back until they've done their homework.
But, well, Nate suggested a bit of homework here. I was going to dob him into everyone again. He was suggesting we should all do a 7-day medical medium challenge and report back.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So
I don't know if that can happen within the next 7 days though, because people are kind of organized.
Yeah.
On the head. So, they can't get up in the morning and pull a lemon out the fridge, but if you all have a go at it, and I don't know if Gayle, I don't know if a week would make such a vast difference. It seems to be more like, rather than hitting all this in the one thing, like before you do it, my auntie years and years ago, years ago, every morning she used to drink hot water and lemon before she had her cup of tea every single day.
The simplest thing someone could do is just to start the day with lemon water, and you can have lukewarm water, but you're not allowed to have it hot. Because it destroys some of the properties. But if you want to start, the simplest way is do juice half a lemon in 500 mils of water and have that on an empty stomach in the morning, but wait half an hour before you have anything else.
Yep.
And see how you go. If you want to do a full diet, there is like 9-day detoxes. There's 28-day cleanses. There's just morning cleanse, which is the easiest. But yeah, start with lemon juice and see how you feel with that.
Just have a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
It was fun.
Really glad you tried it.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really interesting and valuable information. Thank you so much for sharing that.
We've got lots of things to follow up on.
We do, we do. And I love hearing people's journeys because everyone's journey is so different.
Yeah.
And when we share in a community like this, it opens up different pathways and different doors that just connect and resonate with us. So thank you for being willing to share all that with us. I absolutely loved it. It's been really, really good. Yeah, I love Gayle's passion too, across so many things. So interesting.
But that's the thing about this, like when Nate was on, like it lights up a whole space because he's so passionate about what he does. When Gayle is talking about something that brings her joy, which is what this is all about, it lights up. Gayle lights up.
We watched her throw the light.
But that's when we talk about things that turn you on. That's the kind of energy that we're talking about. And both Gayle and Nate have given us a perfect example of that. It's that excitement and that's enthusiasm and that, I just want to tell people how good this is.
Yeah.
And that's what you should, that's the sort of stuff that when you kick into it, that just lights you up and brings you joy. That's when you're at your highest vibration and highest level. And that the more often you can do that, instead of doing things that make you miserable, which is the absolute reverse, and like when we do have people on, they get all excited and it's lovely because everybody else gets excited.
Yes.
You're infectious.
And that's it. The more that we can recognize that feeling and go, yeah, that's how I want to feel, the more that we can lift ourselves into that feeling, and move ourselves. It's huge.
Nate's just said, imagine us in the same room together.
I'm going to see Nate in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no. But at my gatherings, I can have between 10 and 15 people that all have that energy and excitement in the same room. And my whole house is just, people walk into my house. There's a time warp in my house. People walk into my house and they don't want to go home. And the gatherings go from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock, my husband is seeing people off the property. Because, and so that always happens, and it's just the synergy of all we're all together having fun and doing something that we love. And it's about this sharing, because again, that's not all about me. Like lots of people have done things at the gatherings. I just drag people in. We do like to do this and this and this. So it's just about that high excitement and being with people who are on the same wavelength as you and doing things that bring you joy. And your joy was evident in that. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And like so much has opened up, in the last year. You do something and then something else opens up and there's so much flow. It's been really great.
Yeah.
And even tonight I was talking to was it Nate? I was talking to Nate in chat and I said I was feeling a little bit nervous during the day. And when I said that, an owl started singing outside. And I thought, that's lovely.
You're a wise woman, and Mr. Owl came to remind you.
Yeah, and that's right.
I'm going to see Fiona in person as well.
Nice.
Oh, that's great.
Fiona's from
and thank everyone in chat as well for joining us and the comments that have come up and sharing and really engaging, because you can actually feel the energy through the community as well and through the chat, and even relationships being built, like Gayle and Nate and, others getting to know each other really well. I think we watched one night, Annie, when there was a bit of a chat going on after we clicked off. And I think it was Colleen, Gayle and Nate were all still chatting for about 5 minutes after. And we could still see the comments coming in and we're laughing because we're going, look at these guys go. Isn't that awesome? So that's, we just love it. Yeah.
Yep.
We just love it. Look, we haven't got that long to do a card. Sorry, Gayle, go ahead.
I bought fairy cards, so I thought, like, if you girls were doing something, I'd have a little go too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's really wonderful, because my cards are most of my cards, apart from the 3,000 packs that I've got in here, are in the boot of the car because I was at the thing today. So why don't you and Kerrie do it, and I'll just sit here and watch you.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There you go.
And can I have a card?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll pull a card for who are you doing at the moment, Gayle? I'll get on the same page. Annie's asked for a card and Nate would like a card.
We'll do Annie. Annie first.
Yep.
All right. I got journey.
Ooh.
Annie, it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, and this one is miracle. So the angels are saying to you today, Annie, our wings of light surround you and those you love. The current situation is governed by a higher power, and the forces of love are at work, and all is moving forward through to your receiving a miracle.
Woohoo! Thank you.
So there you go.
So Nate.
I'm sure there's an archangel. I don't know if there's an Archangel Michael card in here.
Oh no. Can you see this?
The blue angel.
The blue angel.
Michael.
Archangel Michael. I, Archangel Michael, am here by your side. I am all around you and will forever protect you. Remember this whenever you feel fearful. I love you and all is well. Now,
Wow.
Nate, if you were actually online with us, I would have thrown you on screen because you had an incredible angel reading yesterday. And guess who came through? Surprise, surprise. Yeah.
Nate, I got this beautiful card for you. I got Moon Energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. You're feeling confused. This fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. And she's got wings.
She has. Wendy.
Wendy, I've just got to switch cards for you. Just a sec. They've told me not these ones. Wait a minute. Okay, so Wendy, your message tonight from the guides. It's this beautiful card here with all the hearts all over it. It's always hard to know which way. Maybe I should go that way. Sometimes the true purpose of things can be hidden from view, and something doesn't quite make sense for you at the moment, but it soon will. All is about to change, and a blessing is on its way, and many more will follow. Soon you will feel as though it's raining rose petals from heaven. And I've got tingles all over. So something, and the guides have just stepped straight in and said, you've been wanting this to happen and it's coming. Just know it's there, feel that it's there, and you won't block it coming through. So that's for you.
Wendy, I got protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So it's a little bit the same message, like hang on for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Isabella for her daughter Leanne.
Okay. All my cards gone. They're all.
Top one.
Go, Gayle.
I got ask for help for her daughter. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time you ask for angelic assistance. So I don't know if that means anything.
Now, Isa for Leanne, here's a little bit of synchronicity. Because what my guides are bringing in is this beautiful card here, which is encouraging Leanne to trust her intuition. because her intuition constantly senses the voice of spirit and conveys through this emotion and feeling spirit's great love and wisdom. And they just want her to stop for a moment to feel that energy flow and connect with that energy in every part of her, because she and spirit are one, and she can be guided through those messages if she'll just listen. So they want that connection, and I believe that she's getting those instincts. She may not be trusting them.
Marianne?
I got a beautiful card. Stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intention will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like think about things.
Yeah. And Marianne, spirit wants to remind you that you're a living work of art, a most sacred and eternal being, a multi-dimensional field of energy with no beginning and no end. You are a floating island of consciousness swimming within a cosmic sea of love. So live that dream and dare to be extraordinary. So they're asking you, believe in yourself, because you have limitless possibility.
Now we've missed out Fiona. So we need to go back one to Fiona. Yep.
Okay.
Fiona, I got Shine from Within. So that's a lovely card. Shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is the time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. And Fiona's lovely, because every time we chat on, someone does a post in the group, Fiona's always one of the first people to support them. So that's lovely.
That's beautiful. And Fiona, I've got spirit coming in very strongly for you at the moment. They're saying this particular card signifies expansion and accomplishments and success. But what it really represents is that accomplishment and success of coming from what you actually love to do and embracing that. And I feel that you're doing that now. So they're almost saying, it's about time. It's about time that you're doing that, because you really are connecting in with that. And it's something that has great meaning for you. So you are now creating something of lasting value, and it will not just be enjoyed by you, but it's going to be enjoyed by a lot of other people. So they're wanting you to stay on that track. There's also a great sense of teamwork around this. So you could be working with others as well. And fulfillment and that joy is just going to abound around you.
Really? I love your cards, Gayle.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt like fairies today. Rayleigh, you got come together. Come together. Fairies like to be busy, and groups of them, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps you get the job done. So it looks like you're helping Will do the extension.
Rayleigh, this beautiful card here is also about two working as one, which is interesting. So you see the picture here, and it's saying that at times when you're working together on something, you may be at cross purposes with what you're doing, to really listen to each other through this time, because you will progress together well, but communication through this process is going to be the key, because that's your strongest connection to move this forward. So it's all about that relationship, the closeness and bending of those things together. So let yourselves be vulnerable to each other during this time and hold each other tight. So it looks like there's an interesting journey ahead through this.
Adam?
For Karen, I got life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed.
And Karen, here we are with another synchronicity, and I'll hold it up a bit closer. So if you can see all that beautiful light, which is also what Gayle had come through for you as well. And what this card talks about is you are transcending. You're actually connecting with your higher self. You're moving into that higher realm and connecting with your joy and your passion. And they're saying that within the transcendental realm of your soul, there is endless joy and endless places that you can actually go. So creation is a cosmic motion picture in which you are the director and the actor. And you're now understanding that because you're putting that right vibration out. You're putting that focus out where your joy is to attract what you want back into you. So look within and express outwardly the endless waves of love within you. May your love embrace the earth and fill all creation. There you go.
Now we've got 3 more. So I've got Maria.
Maria, I've got wish wisely. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So it's like a work towards it.
Mm-hmm. Marie, I have a very similar card here to what Gayle... Look, none of that surprised me. We're always pretty well in sync because Spirit has a similar message, just giving it to you in a slightly different way. And that's what we find week after week for everybody, that it's in sync. What Spirit's asking you to do is to move out of the thinking cycle and thinking and going over those same thoughts over and over again and move into the heart space. So they're saying tune out of your thoughts and into your heart. Everything you are looking for is already inside you. So look within, keep an open heart and mind, and follow your intuition. Beyond thought, there is knowing that embraces all knowledge, and your inner vision has a magnetic quality that draws everything you need closer to you. So it's about stop overthinking, feel the heart, feel the emotion, and connect with that energy.
Donna?
Hi, Donna. I've got pure intention. You know, we always set our intentions. Pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all.
Donna, what I've got here is that you might be going back over some things within your mind. They're asking you not to be so harsh on yourself if you're going back and saying, I could have done this better or I could have done that better. They're saying, please don't do that because you'll put yourself into an emotional roller coaster and it's not what you need in this moment. It's simply a part of you. So embrace, yes, we all could do things differently, but then let it go. Be grateful and deeply profound for where you are right now. Connect into the moment right now and see where you want to move to for the future. Because if you focus on that energy, then everything else will become clear. But they're asking you to think about, sometimes you're very critical of yourself and you don't do that to other people. So they're please asking you to connect and be kind to yourself too. Okay.
And Janet is lucky last.
I got 2 cards for Janet. I got hope and I got wait for winter. So hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. And wait for winter is during the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's positive. That's what it is. Hopefully see what Kerrie's got.
Janet, Spirit's encouraging you to meditate. So I don't know if you do meditate, and some people do find it difficult to meditate for longer periods of time, but a meditation can simply be, sitting outside and just listening to nature and connecting with that, or where you feel comfortable. That in itself can be a meditation. And what they're asking is that you use that stillness will allow you to enter the inner realms of your soul. It is spiritual communication with you, with your true self and all of creation. You may think that there are far more important issues to attend to at this time, but meditation would help you greatly. It could have a positive influence on every area of your life, including career and relationships. So they're asking you just to sit with the stillness for a while, create that connection.
Now we've got a late request here.
Of a will.
Yes. And then we have to stop.
Rayleigh for Will. Hi, Will. I've got manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation, step 1.
And again, I got this beautiful card of light coming through. What they're talking about here, Will, is that they're saying to you that you may be at a crossroads and not sure where you're going to move forward to. So they're saying there could be some emotions that you might be suppressing within you at this time, and they want you to release those because you're unsure of which way to move. So allow your feelings and emotions to surface and allow yourself to feel safe in recognizing them. It's okay for you to open your heart and be vulnerable, and it's time to just heal some emotional things that you may be holding on to, because that healing is going to be a blessing for you and it'll make your path clear. So I hope that resonates for you.
And I've pulled 2 cards for Kerrie. Since Annie had a go, I've got divination and transformation. So transformation, the fairy tells you to surrender to transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. And also the divination, you know what I mean. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity.
No shit, Sherlock. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Perfect.
I pulled 2 for you, Kerrie.
Oh, thank you, Annie.
Because I thought, I got 2. Why should you not? What I've got is an adventure. And I just feel you are on the brink of an adventure.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I got is laughter. And a recurring theme with us is do what brings you joy.
Yes.
And exactly what we were talking about tonight as well. Like when you're talking, Kerrie and I have known each other for a long time, and she works in compliance. And when she's talking about compliance, she is not full of joy. The minute she's not. Like, compliance sucks. It's necessary. I'm not good at it. But the minute she steps into where she's supposed to be, just saying, just quietly, this is what happens.
Totally different. Yeah, exactly. It's just so totally different. Yeah.
I used to do these personality things, and it was called a PDP, and it was like a Myers-Briggs thing. And in all honesty, there are 2 Kerries. There is the compliance. It's got to meet all the criteria, Kerrie. which is what she's incredibly good at, and managed a huge team who were also incredibly wonderful. And then there's the Dippy Hippie. And I love I love both of them. But the Dippy Hippie brings her much more joy than the
Absolutely.
compliance app, where it's I've got to take all the boxes, I've got to make all, you know. So
Yeah,
we keep getting this message.
I
So
know.
planning
Well,
my life.
yeah, and I got that. What you're doing is it's been another like, here you go. How many times I'm going to whack you? Like I've been to Nozoed a few times this weekend alone.
Now
Yes.
I phoned you earlier today and I didn't
Mhm.
actually get you. And the reason I phoned you is because there's basic mind your business, Nate. We're busy.
That's true. The singing, breakdancing, Kerrie. That footage is never to be seen. Yeah.
With her beret on, Nate. I remember that conversation. There's openings now at a couple of the festivals, the fairs that I'm going to. So I just have dobbed you in and said, yeah, I'll get my friend to be in touch with you and I'll do my stuff and you can do your Vibro Sound Healing.
Yep. Awesome.
So I'm just shoving you into this at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, and look, that's sort of the conclusion that I came to by about 4 a.m. this morning when I was I couldn't sleep because there was too much coming through. So I just had to get up and write it all down. And that's basically it. You know, I set a timeline this year around when I would do it. And now my backside is being kicked. Right. So yeah, timing is perfect. Timing is perfect. Yeah.
Well, my darling Gayle, thank you so much for being on with us.
Gayle.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you for doing the cards.
Oh, thank you, Nate. I'm grateful to
fun.
call you family too. Sorry, there was just a nice little comment in there.
It's really fun watching the cards being done. It's fun doing it, but it's really interesting watching it being done by, other people. And I'm just sat here thinking, God, this is good. This is lovely.
I was going, look, Annie, you and I both know. I mean, we read with the cards, but most of what we get, yes, the card gives you a direction of where that information is going, but Spirit's communicating and giving messages to you for that person. I was waiting for you just to jump in, cards, no cards, because
well, I was sitting here thinking, mind your business.
Yeah.
You handed this over. And at one point, like, I do have cards. Of course I've got cards. I've got thousands of the suckers.
Yeah.
But the ones I usually read with are in the car.
Yeah.
And I've just turned them over and they're also fairies, Gayle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
And it says amplify your positive emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we've been doing tonight.
Lovely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One of us needs to shut down.
Well, you have been working all day. So fair is fair. Gayle, thank you for doing the readings with me tonight. That was awesome.
It was so much fun. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And thank you for exactly, Donna. That was the word I was going to use. Such an interesting night. I loved hearing about all of that. And I will drop the link for everyone. And as Annie mentioned, and Gayle said she'd be happy to do, if you have questions, drop them into the Harmony for Tranquility and Celtic Tarot chat group. Right, it's a long name, I know, but if you drop them in that chat group, Gayle's in there and she'll be able to respond to you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. I know we could go for hours, but,
Not tonight. No, I've got a spa waiting for me and a champagne.
Okay, all right then. You win.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, good night, everybody. Thank you, Gayle.
Have a lovely week.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.